Staat niet aan, man. Ja, ik zak met die game. Serie, elke stier van mij klopt dat wat ik moet doen. En dan kijk voor dat en dan kijk voor dat. En ik zei, nou, jy praat boer my kop. Ek speel hierdie game vir die lekkerte.
Ja, kom ons kyk wat gebeur.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football and certainly the loudest as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal week 7 as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And he spins through. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ready!
Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And the defense closes quickly there. They'll get maybe a yard to the 33. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there, all 11 guys on defense, diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Here's Smith. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Here we go, here we go.
Now Smith. That one's complete out to Michael Mayer. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
Gino going to hand it to Genty. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Lock at the man in motion. Back to throw, Smith. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Smith. And it's caught.
Oh, what a touchdown.
Touchdown, Raiders. Brock Bowers, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that makes it 7-zip Vegas.
Makes the score Raiders 7, Chiefs nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Yellow, yellow. Let's go on, 80.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. You look at this Raiders defense. They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense.
Oh, his first throw of the game intercepted. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line. So a first
Hoe het al alle tik er vinnig gegooi? Jou man was so flippend op my.
best decision either.
Dat was een gesek.
Something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Okay.
As jy sien daar's niemand oop nie en jy sien die moeilikheid, dan druk jy net die regterkant en hulle skiet. Druk hom mos af.
Okay.
After the interception, here's Smith. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go to the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, Simon.
Gino now to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Here we go.
On 3rd down, here's Genty. An excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
13 yards on the play. And on Las Vegas, first down.
Right back to Genty on 1st down. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Gino. Mayer there to bring it in. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Here we go.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
A 31-yard attempt.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
They had a chance there to really build a nice early lead, go up a couple of scores. But he doesn't hit that one quite right, and it winds up an empty possession.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent.
Fuck off.
Continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. And Charles, it's now a 2-touchdown lead in the opening quarter. Following that pick six, they are off to a fast start in this one.
And absolutely ecstatic on the sideline after that play, aren't they? Not just because they've got the lead, but how about seeing one of their guys get a chance to take it in for 6? Already up a pair of touchdowns. They've got everything going their way early on.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Line! That's a line!
13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Yellow! Line! We got it!
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The Chiefs at 2-4 here in the first half of the year. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this one, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Yellow.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes.
Mm.
And he overshot it.
Ja, maar dat
there. It's
cirkel.
out of bounds, incomplete.
This could be the
Zien altijd
start
tegen te laat.
from this defense now for getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
2nd and 10.
Yellow.
Mahomes now to throw. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
But it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in, went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw.
Ah, bogger.
Fires again, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Raiders are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're sitting at first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
And his throw is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to run for it with Genty. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 49 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. No surprise this offense will be able to convert. They're currently 2nd in the league in first downs, and they pick up 1 here.
Yeah, not a stat that we talk about a heck of a lot, but it's a vital one. And in this case, it's really vital because what does it do? Keeps their defense off the field, gives them a chance to rest.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they like to let them stand.
Ag nie die klein jy moet daai penalties accept. Jy span. You accept daai.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Ah, third down.
Play action. It's Smith. That he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me,
Wat gebeur hier so zo'n bereikheidsschop?
Silly, and it leads to a play action sack.
Wat
Gewoon 'n punt. Jy gaan net aan daar waar ek uitgeskop het, dan kry jy net die bal. Dis maar net op die afskoppe wat
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Ach, nee, wat.
This 2nd and 4.
Kyk nou vir Robert steen nommer 1. Hy gaan nie fok aan hom.
Mahomes going to throw. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 10 more there and another first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores.
Was dit wat gebeur?
But the running worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Okay.
They run it again with Chubb. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Now 2nd and 5. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Swings this out for Hunt. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
Ja.
Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. As the clock will
Jy druk hom net daai keer voor ek hom kan gebruik.
Ja, ek sien jy druk en nou druk ek maar.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Chubb. spinning his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You have 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
And that is going to be wide to the right and no good, but penalty flags shower in, and I think this is going to wind up a first down. A try here for the extra point.
In the middle, want tap hom nie. Moenie power insit nie. Well said.
And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good.
Raiders 13, Chiefs 7. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to hold that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they're down on the scoreboard. Sort of a sloppy first half. And Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the message have been?
I think I'd have to go with something you don't ordinarily go with in the NFL. That's a little fire and brimstone. You've got to fire these guys up. Make them understand what's going on out there. They were so sloppy in the first half. Too many turnovers. Tighten things up. Maybe get in their face a little bit. Get in their grill. And then send them back down.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the lot. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
Yellow. That's a line.
They go up the middle with Chum. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 92 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the 3rd quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Yellow. What?
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. That ball caught. It's Rice. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brennan, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Chubb again. And this time he will score. Touchdown, KC. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. To throw is Smith. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 45-yard line. Throwing now is Geno. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 28. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Oh, what a touchdown. Well done.
Quiet Tucker, 28 yards. And the Raiders have retaken a third-quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Gets past one man. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the third quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've had to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Hunt gets it on the draw from Mahomes. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard, they trail as we start quarter number 4. They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They fake the give, now Mahomes. Finds his man, it's Kelsey on the crossing route here. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Again, this is Chubb. And he will have a Chiefs first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
Well, sometimes, Brand, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Raiders 39-yard line.
And again, it's Chubb. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Damn it.
Picked off by Aaron Stokes. And the Raiders are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Over the middle, complete. That's Bowers. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Las Vegas.
There we go. Thomas up.
Gino going to hand it to Genty.
Oh, what a breakthrough.
And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. 92 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Raiders, first down. A 41-yard gain. First down, Raiders.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 33.
Ready.
Muscles him off.
What the flip tackle football, you idiot.
Before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Now Smith. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Brock Bowers, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Raiders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2.
The Raiders will line up.
They're going to try and run. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful.
28, Chiefs 14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
22-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Second down, here's Chubb again. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
But partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
A big play in this football game. 3rd down and 1. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Chiefs first down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll come to the line now on a 3rd and 6.
Yellow.
Handoff comes to Chubb. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. 2 timeouts remaining, but time is of the essence. Down 2 scores. It's 1st and 10. Mahomes to throw it. Throw left side, completion to Rice. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Mahomes. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. A little less than 40 seconds remaining. Here comes 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes. And this throw
what a tackle. Yes, grappig dat ik het op.
That time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side.
Dan weer mijn knopje drukken is baie goed.
I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Oh, what a sack. Well done.
Max Crosby in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Oh, well, let's just go for it.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Now Mahomes got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Raiders are going to win the football game. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Sets up a 3rd down and 18.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Smith. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 35. And he finally goes is down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play there for Vegas. 57 yards.
A 57-yard gain. First down, Raiders.
So this one a victory
well
for the
done.
Las Vegas Raiders. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all.
Het is ook zo. Speel je game net